Hey yo, I got a little bit of rest in. What up, Virch? Virch, Fooch, me? You doing good? How nice of you to ask. Mm, mm, mm. So, on this episode of, you know, how fucking evil are Republicans? What? They're, they and their, I don't know, Orange Prince of Darkness. Yeah, I guess that's good enough. Opening up all the not all, but more of like preserves, nature preserves and shit for mining and forestry and all that stuff. What? Lumbering, wood cutting, whatever. So just general usage for industry. Basic natural resource plundering. Hey, MAGA, are you going to see any of that money? I hope not. Because, yeah. Whatever. They didn't figure it out when whatever that part of the country, like I say, like I said before, those mountain ranges got blown up. They're like, yeah, Republicans are still on our side. It's like these people got the memory span of a slug that's gotten hit on the head. Or a turnip. Combined with, on top of that, they're just not willing to disobey their local priest and pastor and stuff. Well, my preacher says the Democrats are evil. And my daddy and granddaddy wouldn't vote for the Democrats because, oh, Jesus Christ. You guys gotta stop voting for Party of Reagan. That is a weird color on my tongue. Look at that. And these rich people always got it out for the EPA. And then their voting base hates it too. We don't like the damn EPA. Do you know what it stands for? It's called the Environmental Protection Agency. Environmental. Now, I personally don't really go outside much, and I don't go camping, and I also don't go hunting, but I'm gonna just put it out there. All yous that talk like this, I think you are the people that live out in, I'm going to say, the environment that needs protecting, right? So, what are we doing here? I mean, seriously. How are they getting you to do these things? How are they constantly getting you to fucking vote in these ways? I mean, at least with the Democrat shit, it's like it's like we don't get everything we want when we vote for a Democrat. That is damn true. We get a little something. They throw us a bone with the Democratic Party. It is literally a bone. It's not like a T-bone steak, but it's like a little bit of a bone. And we're like, whatever. A lot of us would be like, well, it'd be nice if, I don't know, we had universal health care and rich people were all taxed so hard their inner asshole was exploding out of their mouth. And I mean, I could go on. Education was free. Food, housing, clothing, electricity was free. Internet's free. I mean, I think most people would agree that all these things should be free to end user situation. How are you going to pay for it? Well, I think there's enough money. There's enough in the cyclical economy already, so they just want to make you believe that it doesn't exist. And that you have to shuffle around physical or electronic pieces of paper in order to keep everything going. Like I said, money is barbaric, and you need to realize this. Everybody needs to realize that money is barbaric. And the business class is not the only, but definitely the biggest of the modern day aristocrats. And what happened to the aristocrats in the, I'm gonna say, the 17th century? It was during the like French Revolution era. French Revolution is the kind of the poster child for what I'm talking about. Is they got their motherfucking heads chopped off. All these people are gonna get their motherfucking heads chopped off soon. And your little gated communities aren't gonna save you either. Neither are your hired goon squads with your Gestapo doing their goose stepping bullshit. Wearing face masks. It's easy enough to get somebody to pull off a mask if you're willing to be creative. Like I said before, people, all the people, it's like bully comes up to you and starts hitting you in the face, and you're like, you can't do that according to penal code 1. Ow! Ow! 1 point, ow! 1.2, 3, ow! Of the penal code, ow! The bully doesn't care that you're beaten. That's your citing legal precedent while he's beating the shit out of you. Yeah? He's punching you in the face, and you're fucking sitting there rattling off fucking a legal argument while he's punching blood into your mouth. That is not the time to take the high road. That is the time to reach down, grab the guy's balls, squeeze. Let him open up his mouth and choke him. Choke that motherfucker out. Get him on the ground and do a knee slam on him. Bust up his rib cage. And then when he's reeling from that, maybe you can kneecap him. You're like, well, I'm sorry you can't walk anymore, but well, I'm not sorry. So, well, whatever. Fuck yourself. You're the one that started this shit, but I guess I had to finish it. Be glad I left your hands working so you can still masturbate. Maybe if you got one working ball left. My dead dad used to say the South is still fighting the Civil War. I fucking guess they are. That's could be a good explanation for why they're so fucking enthralled with Trump. Because even though he's a billionaire Yankee businessman, he speaks to that, you know, Negro hater in all of them that's been dormant for 150 years plus. That not really slave master, but that plantation enforcer that just is itching to bust out the whip and then go home to his wife that can't vote because remember that's the next step. Get rid of the Mexicans and I don't know, do something about the blacks because they got to do something about the blacks, and then get the women folk back in check. They're already, you know, they're sliding that one in, right? The whole birth certificate thing, you know, it's got to line up with the birth certificate thing, which doesn't sync up with the marriage license, blah, blah, blah. You people are, you know, I mean, seriously. Come on. Come on, females in Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Texas. Fucking sack up and have some balls. Vote in a way that fucking represents your own interest. When did you actually get the vote? I mean, seriously, like, what was 19th Amendment? Is that 1920? Oh, okay. So only 105 years. Well, look at it this way. If these people have managed to take it away in the next 1 to 3 years, maybe it won't take another 105 years. Maybe it'll only take, 1 or 2 generations. So maybe females, by the time your granddaughter is born, she will be able to vote again without, having her husband sign off on it or some shit. And be able to own her own property. Yeah. Because, women's brains don't think right. Right. They're too emotional. We know how you women folk are. Can't be trusted to do anything reasonable. Right, ladies? I mean, just leave all the real work to us men's. Don't bother voting. Don't bother working. No. No. The men will handle all that stuff. You just handle all the women stuff. Hope I'm not offending you because this is what they're doing. It's not a rollback, it's a roll forward. And the most awesome stuff, the most awesome part about this is they have females on Fox and Newsmax putting this out. And when those females get 20 years down the line, they won't be on Fox and Newsmax anymore because they won't be able to be on Fox and Newsmax anymore. Unless maybe they're weather girls or some shit. Yeah. It's like, what are you doing? Why would you be a part of this unless maybe you think this is not, no one's going to go for this bullshit because like, this is never going to like stick. You know, it's like, well, I mean, they're gaining momentum. It's just very funny. Like, it's the same thing with the ERA. You had that woman that was like, I don't think women need equal rights. Women against ERA. It's just like, wow. You can look it up on your own if you want to. I don't know. I don't know her name offhand. It's like, oh, you're such a good housewifey lady. It's like, ugh. People like that you just want to smack. That brings me back to my app. It's called Hose for Hire. You know, it's like sometimes you just want to punch a bitch, but as a man you can't. So, what do? Bring up your phone, tap the Hose for Hire app, and in 5 minutes, Ho shows up, and you point, and she just goes up to that female, and that's right, Hose for Hire solves your problems. It's like Hitman for hoes. App in development, sponsor of today's video. Yep, that's what we call. That is exactly what we call the equal rights, or the men and women having equality. Woman gets in her face, starts doing all sorts of shit, and she knows she can do it because what are you gonna do? Either you're gonna be that guy that just straight up punches a female in public, and it's just like, whoa, what the fuck? Then you got witnesses and shit, and then you're definitely going to jail. Or you just sit there and take it, and it's just like, whoa. Or you go, okay, all right, get your phone out, boom, Hose for Hire. And then when your hoe comes up, everybody in the crowd knows, ooh, he called Hose for Hire. Like, yep, that bitch deserved it. Yep, she damn deserved it. Even the cops will be like, all right, Hose for Hire solved that problem right there. We have no problem with that. Hose for Hire. Yeah. But yeah, that's the problem with having a having only two parties in the political system. A lot of countries, I don't know how many, but uh, Canada, the UK, and I'm pretty sure Australia have more than two parties and have for a long time. And there's usually there's usually a party that is a majority party when everything's said and done. But it's like, okay, the majority party has like maybe high 20s or low 30s of like the chambers and stuff. So yeah, they have a majority, but because of the way the system is set up, they still need to work with everything. And even within that party, there's variation. There's a spectrum of ideas within that party. So, anybody that says, well, the two-party system works, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, it doesn't. Even our political system did not always have two parties. Just kind of whittled it down to two parties. It's bad to have two parties. And yeah, it's also bad to, it's bad in this day um, to be having basically both of those two parties for federal election cycles to be spending like $1 billion on each side. Because what that does is basically mean that the campaigns are not about selecting your representatives. It turns the campaigns into a business event and not about choosing your representative. And that's become, I think, to most people that pay attention, very obvious. I think we know, I think we're becoming more and more aware that you pretty much can run a campaign with $0 if you want to. You do not need any money to run a campaign. You can do it from home with nothing or with a few $1,000s. You don't need any money. So all those, I'm seeing them right now. All those ads, just $5, blah, blah. They're spending millions of dollars on ads. Yeah, ads reach people that are old, which, yeah, are a demographic and they vote, but they only reach ads that are people that are old because old people still watch TV. And, we need to start writing those people off. All right? Let's just admit that, they'll all be dead soon. Maybe that's a little too harsh, but it's also a little too true. So, anybody that wants to run for office, go for it. Just talk on your fucking channel, and you don't need any money. Just say, here I am, talk on your channel, walk around town, talk to people, and you don't have to spend any money. So don't. Um, if you think you're good enough and you just fucking do it. I mean, if you are not, I mean, if you are IQ 100 or above, that means right around the, I don't know, what's that, apex? The top of the hill of the bell curve of the IQ, distribution for humanity, then I say go for it. And you're a normal person that is not fucking super rich of any profession, from anything all the way down to bum, then fucking do it. Because, yeah, in some states you need to actually get on the ballot, I think, still. I don't think every state has a write-in option. So, sucks to be you. And in those states, you may have to actually gather signatures, you know, or you may just have to pay a filing fee. I don't fucking know. But if you can get a good enough following in your town and surrounding towns and on your channel, and you talk about shit on your channel and respond to feedback and all that stuff, then there you go. And people will be like, I hate you, you're a pedophile. And you just be like, uh, who the fuck are you? Because that will be someone with a J in a color background, and it'll be, John D number string, and it's like, great. You click on their thing, and it's like, this person has no videos or photos or anything, and they have no other posts. And it's like, that's totally a person. That's not a bot at all. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it is a person, and they're just a dick. Everyone I hate is a pedophile. All right, that's excellent logic. Everyone you hate is a pedophile. It's another thing Hunter Biden talked about. He mentioned that they put it up there in the interview. It was called the elimination something, elimination tactic or something that Putin did. Just, anyone that was decent in Russia, he just kept on accusing them of being pedophiles, and destroyed their reputation enough where they either went bankrupt or they had to leave the country. He just kept on accusing people of being pedophiles. It's just like being a pedophile, being accused of being a pedophile, basically anywhere in the world, is enough to tarnish your reputation. Like you can be exonerated of it. It's kind of like being accused of being a rapist. It's like you just have to be accused of being a of raping someone, and that can almost do it. Not so much, but pedophile. It's just like. Ugh. They should nickname that the Michael Jackson technique. It's like, 'cause it's just like, yeah, it's like, just do it over and over again. And I mean, for all we know, Trump is. You know, Trump, Vance, everyone in his cabinet is. You know, I mean, he had Musk there, and there was a kid in the office. Why would Musk have a kid in the office if everyone didn't want a piece of that ass? You know, I'm just saying. And all you got to do is make the accusation and then make it again and then make it again and 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 just not stop until they fucking leave. Just keep saying it over and over again. And then pretty soon, all that was left in Russia were corrupt people that Putin could keep on a short leash. You know, Putin, the ex-KGB, whatever guy. And now wants to, bring back old Russia. Old Russia, the good Russia. Mother Russia. I will show you Wolverine. My Carbonadium armor. That was the good X-Men, by the way. 90s X-Men. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Ugh. Yep. So, they are all motherfucking motherfuckers. That's what they are. All these Republicans, all these just. I don't know how many of these guys are too old, but they're too old and too. I don't know, unwilling to. Ugh, not be. Give me the money, politicians. Anyways, yeah. Well, My stance is always, it's like Gary's economics. Shout out. I'm with him. I'm with him on the wealth tax. That's a good plan. I'm with a lot of these people on a lot of those kinds of ideas. We can. I don't know. We can start with a lot of these things, and then because it starts with kind of undoing a lot of these extremely horrible tax policies. First of all, you have to do that, and then people are like, well, the government spends in a lot of horrible ways. It's like, yes, okay, fine, but first things first, it's not collecting the revenue it should from who it should. All right. First you gotta fix that problem, and then the other problem is you gotta make sure the people that are allocating the funds aren't going to be like, well, okay, the Defense Department needs to get a fucking increase of, now that we're taking in $7 trillion instead of $4 trillion. The Pentagon needs to get $3 trillion more. It's like, no, we just increased the income by $3 trillion. That seems like a fair increase for the Pentagon. No, fuck you. Fuck you and your fucking asshole. That is not why we just increased the revenue. Not to give it all to the fucking military. We increased the revenue to get free healthcare, education, food, clothing, and electricity. The people that need it. Not for the rich people. They have their own money. They can pay for their own shit. Right. Right. I mean the rich people, not like the bottom 50%, but like, it's like you use that money to get the low-hanging fruit, and then kind of go up to the, to extend the metaphor, go up the tree, because there's a lot of shit that has to be fixed. Well, there's 40 years worth of shit that has to be fixed. Thank you, Mr. Reagan, and everybody that believed in him. But, good old Republicans, if there's one thing you can count on the Republican Party for, it's fucking shit up in a very excellent way. Like hooking up the sewage line to the water line of a candy factory and just being like, well, let's make candy out of sewage. Yay. Now all of our Halloween candy is made of shit. So now Halloween is just totally fucked for the next 40 years. Unless you're rich and you're pulling from the backstock, then you're okay. So good job, rich people. You fucked everyone else. Which I'm assuming was your plan, because there's proof. There's actual documents that you knew this was going to happen, just like they knew cigarettes cause cancer, amongst other things. They knew cigarettes cause cancer, but they let us smoke them. My doctor recommends Camels. Should I switch to Marlboro? I don't know. My cowboy recommends Marlboros because he can kill your doctor. I think I'm gonna go with my cowboy. Yeah, yeah, that's good stuff. That is good stuff. We all gotta die someday. Personally, I'm hoping for, um, you know, a galactic supernova. But, well, like I said, man can dream. What would that be? A meganova? Ultranova? A galaxy go? The black hole at the center of the galaxy go? If that's even possible. I don't know because I don't know my number math physics. I would not want to die by getting sucked into a black hole. That would probably be one of the shittiest ways to die. I think it would take too long. Although getting shot in the head might take too long too. You never know. Because from an outside observer, it looks instantaneous, but maybe from the perception of the person, it isn't instantaneous. Hmm. Uh, anyways, I think I'm going to wrap it up, sir. I didn't eat that sandwich, by the way. I threw it out. Just to let everybody know I could not eat it. I am getting hungrier, and I will eat stuff later on at some point. I am getting some energy back finally. I think every day I am getting a little bit stronger, like progressively. So, whatever. I don't know. Something. I feel it in my legs. Like, my legs are still, like, kind of weak, but, it's messed up. Messed the F up. I don't know if you can hear me. Hear that last thing. Kind of trailed off a little bit. So, well, I boobs out at about the 50-minute mark. And let any of you that watched this and didn't take time out to have some sexual loving with those who you are lucky enough to have sexual loving, because I don't, as of yet. Still no one. If I did though, seriously, these last few days, no. Even if they were trying to force me, no. There would be zero functionality. Like, no, like, ugh. You couldn't jumpstart it. So I'm living vicarious through fucking everybody. Boobs. Out.